or available? There we go.
There you go. Yes, it is. And we'll share the link with you so you can then share it.
Excellent. And unfortunately, I have to run to a 10:30 meeting, so I'm going to have to drop off a little bit. But we've been in frequent contact. So thank you for being here, and looking forward to what's ahead.
Excellent. All right. We will get started. For those of you who aren't on mute, we are getting some feedback. If you aren't on mute, if you wouldn't mind muting.
Which one?
Go. All right. Perfect. So we will get started. Again, if you're just joining us, there's the link there. You can click on for more information now or later. We'll do some quick intros of who from Right at School is on the call. My name is Andrew Cohen. I am the regional director for the East Coast for Right at School. So I oversee all of our programs from Connecticut out to Western New York down to Atlanta, Georgia, where I am currently sitting. I live in Central New Jersey. I grew up in Westchester County, and my entire professional career has been working with families and clients to provide high quality care for children in many different settings. And I tell everyone this, this is not who I am, just who I am professionally, it's who I am personally as well. I am a father of 3 school agers, although soon to be 2, as my oldest is a senior in high school. And my wife also teaches at the New Jersey State School for the Deaf and has been a teacher for 20 years, has her undergrad in deaf ed, her master's in special ed. And this is what we do all day long with our families and others. So we're excited to be here. Also on the call, we have Kathleen Rainsbottom. I'll let her introduce herself in a second. Kathleen is our senior area manager located in Long Island. And then she will oversee the area manager who we have not hired yet, who will be directly overseeing the programs in New Canaan. So Kathleen, if you wanted to say a few words.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Yes, I'm Kathleen. I've been with Right at School for 3 years, and I also am a parent and have worked very closely with our families, ensuring an amazing enrichment program for our children before and after school.
Thank you, Kathleen. So again, we'll talk a little bit about who we are, who Right at School is and what we do. A little bit about our curriculum and daily schedule, talk about our staff and connected to that safety, a little bit about what makes us different. We'll talk about fees, and then we'll allow for questions at the end. At any time, feel free to add questions in the chat box. Typically, we answer most of those as we're going through the presentation, but we'll go back through them all at the end and make sure there's nothing we missed. I would say one important note, if you have a very specific to your child, to your family situation question, at the end of this, you'll have both Kathleen and my contact, and we can kind of take that offline. And then you'll have our contact information ongoing. So, all right. So who is Right at School? We have been providing high quality before and after school care for over 10 years now. Our CEO, Mark Rothschild, walked into his daughter's after school program, saw his child eating Doritos, watching a movie, and thought, I think we can do better. And he has certainly done that, and we continue to do that. Our mission is to inspire a love of learning, support schools, and give parents peace of mind. We are in, I should know this, 12 or 14 states, over 500 sites. We are constantly partnering with new districts because of the high quality care we provide every day. And so this is an overview of our schedule in the afternoon specifically. And so we start off with welcome and attendance, and attendance is very important. We want to make sure the children we have the children who are supposed to be coming with us, and if there's anyone we don't have, are we checking with the office, are we following up with parents? We then do obviously time for the bathroom. We'll talk about licensing regulations in the state of Connecticut. There's hand washing and those requirements, and then we provide a snack for all children. Then we start off our day with our town hall, which is our sort of opening forum. And every town hall is a little different, but basically it talks about what the children can expect that day. And then there's usually a common theme we're talking about, celebrating good things that have happened, talking about plans for the weekend or plans for the summer. And really it just comes a communal effort where everyone comes together. We then typically move into right moves, which is our short physical activity, kind of get the wiggles out, so to speak. And then spend a chunk of time on homework help. And again, this takes a different look in every school based on the homework process. And so we work closely with each school to understand, oh, in this school, first grade doesn't have homework on Mondays. In this school, every child has a red folder, so we know that's where we should look for homework and things like that. With homework, it is not sort of tutoring in the sense that we're making sure everything is right, but we are monitoring and making sure children are doing homework. Again, this is somewhere where we work individually with a specific family if they have a specific concern. We then spend a longer time outside, ideally, with playwright fitness. There's always a structured game or two, and then an opportunity for free play. And then we move into our daily double, triple play. That is our curriculum. And we don't call it curriculum children because they would not know part of it. But I was at a program yesterday where they were learning about the theme. It's a 2-week theme around art, and they were making marbled paper with shaving cream. And so there's a warm up, there's the activity, there's a wrap up, and the children are having fun while also learning. And then at this point, there's typically an opportunity for free play, and our free play isn't, okay, do whatever you want. There's usually stations and something connected so that the children are sort of doing something they're used to. And then of course, pick up and end of day. What I would also say about this sort of flow, this is our typical flow, but in every school, this looks a little different. We might, move homework help earlier or later. We might move playwright fitness earlier or later. And that is true also in a given day or week. If we typically are going outside, but it's raining, but then another activity is going on in the gym, right? So that's something we're used to in terms of flexibility. Again, while I'm talking, if you do have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat box. We'll go through those at the end, and then it'll open up for other questions as well. The morning program is a little less structured because the children sort of stagger in throughout. Typically, there's a lot of learning stations set up for the children to do in the morning prior to them going up. So this is what it looks like. Our curriculum, as I said, is each of these, so community connections is a 2-week theme, 3-week theme. Global games and friends is a 3-week theme. And so during those 3 weeks, there's about 10 structured activities connected to those themes, and then 3 to 4 or 5 choice activities so that each team can add in things that they see based on the children they're working with. And as you can see, each of the themes are connected in an overall unit, and this pretty much takes us through the school year. We have a 3 to 4 year cycle so that children typically will not repeat a theme. I think there are a few that are like Right Clubs Gives Back, which is sort of an opportunity to give back to the community, is something we repeat. The variety show is something we repeat, but again, those take on a different tone every year. All of our activities are done using disguised learning. And so we focus on social emotional learning, especially in the current climate. It's a big focus of ours, collaboration and problem solving. And I'll give you an example of the picture you see there in the middle. This is our Roman aqueduct. The children learned about ancient civilizations. They had to build a Roman aqueduct out of recycled materials and then get water from one end to another. It was a race with another team. And so, they were learning about ancient civilization and physics and geography and collaboration, all by having fun building an aqueduct out of, cardboard and paper. So that is the general way our curriculum is lined up. So that's our program. We talk about our staff. So we hire highly qualified local educators who love children. Typically from a few different areas. One, we absolutely partner with the school district. If there are those in the district who are, paraprofessionals, who have hours that are available when, after school, love to hire those individuals. We also hire retired educators. We hire some college students or those who are, getting their masters to become teachers, want to work with children, and then those in the community as well, who are looking to work closely with children. We go through a process. Area managers make the hiring decisions in partner with Kathleen and our recruiters as well. Then after we hire, we focus on training them. And so this is our sort of training model. And everyone starts with online training. We have modules that all staff go through. We then go into on-site training before the school year. That is sort of done in a large group setting. And then if someone's hired during the school year, they will spend time with one of our experienced program managers working alongside of them before they then go into their own program. So those first two are sort of like pre someone working in our program. Afterwards, we do a lot of field mentorship. So we'll pair up educators together. One of the big responsibilities of our area manager is this ongoing coaching and support. So an area manager will have, work with the 4 schools in New Canaan. And so they'll be in schools, each school once a week, certainly at the beginning, once every 2 weeks at the most. And they will spend time working with the program manager and the team coaching. Okay, this transition from this program, this portion of our program to the other, we could do a little bit differently to engage the children more. And so we're constantly working on improvement. And then there's ongoing professional development. We have a series called Learn and Earn, where staff can take modules for additional pay, but also if there's a specific skill set this staff member needs work on, we will provide that professional development. Again, I know there's a question in the chat. Go ahead and keep putting those in there. After the call, when we get to the end here, we'll review, and anything we didn't answer, we'll circle back and answer. These are just some of our training topics. We focus obviously heavily with everyone on really that top bar, child development, progressive guidance, safety and reporting. And then all these other pieces are important. And again, based on the program manager, the staff, we can layer these on as needed based on the program we're running. So safety is paramount to us. And so before hire, there's a pre-hire vetting, licensing background checks that everyone follows. They're cleared through OEC. And then procedure-wise, very important, especially that initial attendance and that initial pickup. So those families who register with us, I will tell you the first, few weeks, you will be asked constantly for your photo ID at pickup. Eventually, our staff, they know who you are, but we can assure you that if someone new came to pick up your child, we would A, check to make sure they're on our authorized pickup list, and B, check their ID. And again, I talked about that sort of initial attendance. And then even the transitions from one space to another, we make sure we have all the children, we have a process that we follow. We will partner closely with the district on school safety procedures, emergency plans, lockdown drills, fire drills. And then again, area managers are constantly doing drills and quality checks throughout their time in visit. Sorry, my screen is blocked here. So what makes us different? So, licensing approved staff is a key. Our curriculum that we talked about, we have flexible 1 to 5 day options. So you could choose 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. We generally have no wait lists. We have an online parent portal. And then we also have a full customer service department in addition to our on-site staff. And when I talk about this, there are other providers out there who, may do some of these. I think you'll be hard pressed to find one who does all of these. And we're super excited to kind of get the ball rolling with our families. Here is our pricing. And so we will be doing our before school program with our 5th and 6th graders, and then after school with all our elementary schools, 3 elementary schools. Pricing is there for families. Once our registration opens, should be in the next day or 2. This is also visible. This will also be visible and available for families. Oops, sorry. There we go. And then after tonight, you have our customer service team with their number and then their email. You have my email and Kathleen's email. And I realized, and we'll update this for tonight. We'll put our cell phones in there. But certainly if you email us at any point, once we respond, you'll have our cell phone. So that, in a brief nutshell, is Right at School. Let me check the questions here. Okay. Is the snack provided or brought in by child? Good question. So snack is provided. We will have a weekly menu. Our EpiPens that are kept in nurses available and our staff trained in this area. So on the latter, yes, they're trained. It is typical practice that an additional EpiPen is needed to be provided for our program. That way there's no issue of, oh, the nurse's office is locked, the nurse is not there, etc. So, and again, if that's an individual concern, we can definitely discuss that. Will there be aftercare at SACS? I hope I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not, I apologize. At the moment, that has not been the conversation, just based on the bell times. But we could certainly discuss that with the district. But as of right now, it's before care at the middle school, given their later start, and then aftercare in the elementary school. Is this program definitely going into effect next year? Yes, absolutely. That is our plan and our commitment. I think those are the questions in the chat.
Andrew, I think you missed a couple of questions. It looks like there's a question, which school does this take place in?
Oh.
So we will be providing a separate program in each elementary school as well as the middle school.
And then I see, again, a parent said no aftercare for fifth and sixth graders in the middle school. Again, that was the conversation around the sort of bell times. But again, we can follow up with the district, and we'll circle back on that. And then someone asked about fees, and I put them back up there for families. How do we sign up? I'll come back to the fees because I know that's always it. People, let me go back to the first screen here. There is a link here. If you visit this link here, you'll see you can put in your email address, obviously to win a free registration. And once our registration is officially open, we'll email blast to those people who put their email in, and it'll be a direct link to our registration system. And then if you have any issues with sign up, although it's pretty straightforward, you can always reach out to Kathleen or myself or our customer service team.
Andrew, I'm going to jump in really quick, if that's okay.
Sure.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dawn Bridges. I'm the Vice President of Educational Affairs here with Right at School. And I just joined the group. And so I'm looking at the chat, and I understand that there's some questions around where we will host programs. I think one of the first things that we will do, obviously we wanted to be able to come in and support immediately, where we knew we could get into. I know that Dr. Luzzi is very open to having those conversations about other places in particular, probably after school. We will probably most likely work with Dr. Luzzi to have a survey to find out what other locations. It's not that we can't, we're actually happy to be able to grow and do and support those things. We were just looking at where we thought the initial need would be. And if we feel that that need is greater in some of these other locations, we absolutely can accommodate that. So just please hold tight on that piece, and we will work with the district to get back with you on that.
Thanks, Dawn. Some questions around registration and flexible. So is the registration flexible by month? It is. You do not need to sign up for the whole year, for sure. So if you're 5 days to start and then need to switch to 3 days, or vice versa, I know with work from home constantly changing, is each week flexible? So each month is flexible. What I would say about each week, so typically you'll sign up for 3 days a week, and in our system you'll indicate Monday, Wednesday, Friday. if in a given month you do need to change that, you could change the 3 days at the local site level instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This week, I need to come Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. And then changing the number of days is usually on a month-to-month basis. Month-to-month commitment, talked about that. Kathleen, am I just, let's see. Oh, will the after-school classes that were offered through the rec department still be available? I believe that is a yes. Dawn, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep, that's correct. Yep.
And then in terms of coordinating with Right at School, and we do this in other locations. So you could sign up for both, sign up for an elective, sign up for Right at School. And, we'll have a child who will start at chess and then come to us after that, or vice versa, depending on the time. So we work closely with other vendors to make sure that the sort of transitions are as seamless as possible.
And I will just add to that, that's one of the things, obviously we pride ourselves being right at school. And so we recognize that this after school space really is for opportunity. And so as the program continues to grow, a big part of Andrew and Kathleen's job will be to what are the needs, what are the wants, in looking for those opportunities to bring other things in, these types of electives, to create this after school learning hub for your child. So that will continue to help grow and expand this program as well for all children.
I'd like to say a note on the middle school care, because keep in mind our middle schoolers, the lower division is still 5th and 6th graders, obviously not coming home being latchkey kids like we were when we were kids. We do still need aftercare, even though there's before care. Please keep in mind that moms actually do work past 3:30. We don't have someone necessarily at home, or we might be working from home and still need to focus on our jobs, on our employment. So I'd like to say that I'm very disappointed in the district. I've been waiting for this for a couple years. I have experienced aftercare in other districts. And honestly, if the Catholic schools can put this together on a shoestring budget up to like 8th grade, it's disappointing that we can't manage to do that in New Canaan.
I'm just going to jump in. I don't think that that's necessarily the case. We do want to be able to grow and expand and be respectful of all. This was a starting point. So again, I will be having conversations with the district again. I don't think that they were trying to exclude in any way, just really working to meet where they felt the initial need was. And maybe this was an area that they did not, survey. So we will work to find that out.
Yeah, it's just disappointing because I know my kids will age out by the time it's actually offered in the middle school where I need it for next year. So it is disappointing from a mom's perspective in terms of still need to take care of both the beginning and end of the day.
There was a question around not seeing where to register. So right now our official registration is not open. We're just finalizing that. So I shared that first link will take you to this page. You can put in your email and what school. And then once registration is open, you'll get an email saying it is. Also, if you don't want to put your name here and you come back to this page, once registration is open, there will be a link here that will also take you directly to the registration. Hopefully that was helpful. Other question? Nope. No wait list. No wait list. It's a taboo word in our business, wait list. So because no one can wait. There generally isn't a cap. We work, we obviously are licensed by the OEC and there's regulations around how many children, but we will find additional space as needed and work closely. There's one program out of probably 550 that has a cap because there's every nook and cranny. So yep, good questions. Other questions? And as a new partnership, we'll be touring the schools and working closely with principals to identify the space we use versus the vendor electives. They are, so good question around grouping. So all the children will generally come together. Again, we have it in some places where K-2 will go to one spot, 3 to 4 will go to another, but generally kids will come together. And then, although they're in the same space and doing a lot of the same things, we typically will have an educator who works with the kindergarten and first grade, and another one who works with the second and third grade. So there can be some differentiation. We find obviously the differentiation is important, but also that communal effort, communal time together is very important. In terms of children with special needs, we absolutely work with children with special needs. I'd encourage anyone you could reach out to Kathleen or myself to discuss those specifically, but we absolutely do work with children with special needs. Coming in. Are you able to email the deck? Good. So 2 things. Sorry, let's go back. What is the child to teacher ratio? It is 1 to 10 in the state of Connecticut. And then email the deck. So this is being recorded. We'll share the recording. We'll share the deck. We do have another session this evening as well. So maybe we'll see which recording I sound better in before we share the right one. Just kidding. But yes, all the information will be shareable. So I'm happy to stay on if people have individual questions or even group questions. Again, we will share this recording. We'll probably share both recordings because there may be different questions. So, but I'll stay on, or we'll stay on as people if they want to talk to us individually.
Thank you. We very much appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you. We are super excited to be partnering with Canaan for sure. Thank you, Laura. A good question about when we're open for non-school day. So we will partner with the district on non-school days. We do open on non-school days, and typically what we'll do is we'll consolidate into one of the schools will be open for the full day, and spring break and winter break and summer camp and all those are possible. I think I got all the questions right, Kathleen. Sometimes
I believe yes.
Again, happy to talk with anyone individually, or we'll stay on for another minute or 2.
I have a quick question related to that. The things being open during, I guess, either vacation weeks or holiday that you just addressed. So I'm curious, is that, will they definitely be open? And is that part of like the monthly that you'd be paying already?
Good
Or
question.
would there be additional fee for?
Good question. So typically the non-school days, we will partner with the district to identify, there's this is a day where, all the, we don't have access to the space. So we identify the days we can run program. Typically those are like the non-federal holidays. And we would open registration. And typically we have a minimum for those days, but in a district like New Canaan, I would assume we would achieve those. And then there would be an additional fee for the non-days. There is no additional fee if there's an early dismissal. So if, instead of 3:15, school gets out at 1:15 for the day, and you're already registered for aftercare on that day, you wouldn't pay anything.
It would stay at school.
Right. Yep.
Got it. Okay, that's good to know too.
Yep.
And we will survey your families to find out, what's important. So if it is a winter break or a spring break, and it may be consolidated to 1 or 2 locations, just so that we can serve, if it's not all kids that are going to need it, it might make most sense that we're just in like 1 or 2 locations on those times. But we do want to work, and we will also be that conduit back to the district to have conversations about what's important to the families and what they're really in need of. But we are happy to serve in those ways.
And do we have a finalized time frame of what the the school time changes are, is that finalized somewhere?
Yes, it's on the pricing sheet that I posted. Andrew, if you could pull that back up, those are the correct new times that I have as of a couple days ago. So I do believe that those have been finalized with at the district level.
Yeah, they went, I know there was option A or option B, they went with option B. So the elementary schools are 8:40 to 3:15. So we would start at 3:15 and run till 6. And then the Saks lower division is 9:15 to 3:45. So we would do morning care right now up until 9:15.
Does anyone know when the high school starts and gets out? Oh, okay, just
8 to 2:30.
8 to 2:30. Thank you.
We do not provide before and after care for the high school.
No, right. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I just haven't seen the list yet. So thank you.
I think with that, going once or twice for any last questions, otherwise we'll call it a day. And again, we will be back, same channel, different time, 6:30 this evening. And again, we'll share out the videos and the deck at some point later this week. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
All right.